Have you ever considered that the original United States flag with 13 stars representing each colony was adopted in 1777, 86 years before slavery was abolished? Black Americans developed their own culture and customs here in the United States. And they also have a flag, the Black Heritage Flag, that was documented and developed in 1967. Nonetheless, that does not take away the United States flag's symbolism for the presence of a culture in the original 13 colonies that represents vigor, vigilance, and purity. But what about in 1863 when Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery and emancipated slaves? Black Americans at the time were not even considered American during the original adoption of the United States flag, but merely an object or project or property. Since I was a kid, I have always asked my grandparents and great grandparents about the history of Black Americans. Once I learned there was a Black Heritage flag, I instantly felt relief and interest to learn more, especially that it was developed and documented and not just by word of mouth. In my speech today, we will talk about the Black Heritage flag's symbolism, its direct relationship to the Black American culture, and the representation of progression within the Black American race. The United States flag has symbolisms within its colors, stripes, and stars, much like the Black Heritage flag. And we will talk about the symbolism moving from left to right. In the first stripe, there is a red stripe. According to Melvin Charles in his public broadcasting service interview in 2014, the red represents the rich bloodshed for freedom, justice, and human dignity. Both Gleason T. Jackson and Melvin Charles contributed to the Black Heritage flag together. In the middle, there is a black stripe. This black stripe represents the pride in our pigmentation, again, according to Melvin Charles in his public broadcasting interview in 2014. Melvin Charles and Gleason T. Jackson both went to the library to be sure to represent all Black Americans of ages and backgrounds, according to the Public Broadcasting Service's interview in 2014. The gold fig wreath and the gold sword, which is blunted, shows that the earth was curdled or separated. And the wreath represents peace, prosperity, and everlasting life. And the gold represents the intellectual and peace and prosperity, according to Joy Charles K., president of the Black American Flag LLC and daughter of Melvin Charles. Next, we will talk about the flag's direct relationship to Black American culture. In the 1960s, during the civil rights, there was a lot of bloodshed. So the red in the flag was as prominent and important as ever. In Newark, New Jersey, the first race riot broke out after the killing of 15-year-old James Powell by an off-duty officer. More than 8,000 Harlem residents took to the streets in a violent manner, which resulted in numerous deaths, injuries, and arrests. In 1963, 4 Black American girls were killed in a church bombing, what the Federal Bureau investigation referred to as an act of racial hatred. Also, during the Black Power movement, which was during the 1960s through the 1970s, the black stripe was also an indication of racial pride. The Black Power movement felt that Black people should create political and cultural institutions, and the Black Heritage flag is indeed a political and cultural institution in itself. The Revolutionary People's Party felt that Black people should control schools, businesses, churches, etc. And the Black Heritage flag was made by 2 well-addressed Black people, Melvin Charles and Gleason T. Jackson. The wreath and the sword in the ground shows the perseverance to live where black people desired, which was not always the case. In Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, he foreshadowed the presence of black Americans and white Americans living together in peace, prosperity, and unity. Last, we will talk about the Black Heritage Flag, symbol of progression. The Black Heritage Flag was accepted by the Newark, New Jersey mayor and was said to be unfurled March 5th, 1967, according to Melvin Charles and the Public Broadcasting Service's interview in 2014. In 1920, Marcus Garvey created the Pan-African flag, which is directly related to all people of black descent or African descent. And the Black Heritage Flag shows its progression by being specific to black Americans, according to the article by historian journalist Rich Stevens, 2023. The Black Heritage Flag was also accepted by the White House during President Lyndon B. Johnson's term, with a letter signed by his personal secretary herself. And the last, we will talk about that all black people in America were prone to slavery. And the Black Heritage Flag were created by two black men who developed the flag themselves, but some time ago, without the progression in the United States and the black American culture itself, would have been slaves themselves. So the next time you talk about or come across black American culture, you can visualize the Black Heritage Flag and introduce it to others. Okay.